Aloha and welcome to Hawaii Entrepreneurs Podcast. Today we have a very, very exciting guest. His name is brother Corey Nemoto. Say what's up, Corey.
What's up, everybody?
Awesome, guys. Look, Hawaii Entrepreneurs Podcast is the place where we connect, collaborate, and create with the top entrepreneurs, businesses, influencers. Might be some kind of an influencer, Corey. Maybe. So that way you can hear these stories, guys. Corey Nemoto is going to give us a step-by-step of what he's gone through, what he's done. But more importantly, I wish I had someone to give me advice. Corey, would you have wanted the same thing?
Yeah, I got advice everywhere in my career. So.
Absolutely. I wish I had someone to give me advice, give me the step-by-step instructions, and at least point me in the right direction so I ain't going to be floundering and not knowing what to do. And if you're one of those people, you're tuning in to one of the best podcasts here on Island and beyond. So, Corey, I'm going to do a quick intro. My team wrote this out for us.
All right.
Guys, I don't have a team. All right? I don't have a team. This podcast, and another thing, guys, is going to be unfiltered, raw. We're going to try to do this in one take. So you might have some ums and ahs, but I hope a lot of laughs, a lot of lessons, all right? But my team was like, me and ChatGPT on this. So tell me if this is accurate, okay?
Okay.
Corey Nemoto is the co-founder and principal of Kécō Capital.
Correct.
Starting his real estate career in 2011, Southern California, while earning his degree at California Baptist University.
True.
So far, so good, guys. We are on the right track. Corey later returned to Hawaii to immerse himself in Oahu's real estate investment scene. Now, with his primary focus on being in business to business asset-based loans, he has a wide experience in relocations, renovations, and new home developments. How's that sound, Corey?
Sounds good. Sounds
right?
better.
Okay, well, we're not done yet. I got one more sentence right there. Corey has been featured on top real estate podcasts, publications, and as a guest speaker at local and national industry events. He also is now one of the board members of the NPLA. Is that right, Corey?
Yes.
Awesome. And we're going to get into that, what NPLA means. So at Kécō Capital, his slogan is funding for investors, by investors, where he oversees deal sourcing, valuations, acquisitions, investor relations, financing, and capital allocations. We did it, guys. I think we made it. We made it through. All right, guys. So let's talk about, actually, before we get into that, Corey, I gotta talk about something really important on this show. Like I said, it's unfiltered, raw, uncut. So whatever you say, brah, it's in there. We are gonna upload this to YouTube and all the social media outlets. Whatever it said, we're just gonna push the button, brah, and we're in. Upload forever. And one more thing, guys, in case you miss it, okay? Because there's sometimes where I've listened to podcasts, I'm like, wait a minute, what did he say? I forgot what he said, right? We have this killer Chihu button. And when this was all coming to fruition, I was telling Corey, I was like, Corey, bro, I want to do this thing, but I want a Chihu button. So shout out to my partner, brother Darren. We got the Chihu button. So check it out. When you hear that Chihu button, that means Corey or one of our guests here, that's something you got to pay attention to. That's something that you should really go back and listen to or write it down. In fact, I should have a paper, maybe on the next one, I'll get some paper, because I got to write down some stuff too, because this is not only for me, it's not only for you guys, but it's for me too, because I'm on this journey of entrepreneurship. I've been on it for a very, very long time. In fact, Corey was our first guest on our first podcast that we created 6 years ago, and we're here right now, bro, doing it again, Corey. So the reason I say that is don't give up, bro. Just keep going, keep swinging, right, Corey?
Yep.
Chee-hoo. So I'm gonna leave this for Corey too, so you can push the button.
Roger.
But yeah, guys, Corey has blessed us and blessed me to have my vision of Hawaii entrepreneurs come to fruition. For a long time, one of the reasons I didn't have a place that I could come to, a place that I could go, we've turned one of his offices here in Hawaii into a studio. So thank you, Corey. And another thing too, Corey has blessed the Hawaii Entrepreneur team to sponsor us and have a place to stay. And we're gonna be moving and making big waves. And another thing too, full transparency, I have partnered with Corey, so we actually work together on the day-to-day basis. So I do know him pretty well for context. And even going back even further, me and Corey went to the same high school. Right, Corey?
We survived.
We survived, bro. And that was pretty nuts, bro. Had some
interesting.
Had some hammers over there. We had to navigate and bro. And in fact, Corey, you know, you've done some amazing things. I mean, we have a company here, an office right here in Nimitz, 900 Nimitz, right? But you actually went ahead and we have another office in Las Vegas too, with two of our other guys there, right? Bruh, talk about that. When did that go down, man? And then was that something you wanted to do?
Well, Vegas was kind of always on our mind. So Ninth Island, yeah,
the Ninth Island, bro. We gotta go.
It truly is too. If you go down there, like the moment you touch down, it's everybody. It works from the car rental to 7-Eleven, gas station, everywhere.
The what is that? The valet guys, bro.
The valet guys guarantee you can see the Hawaii guy.
The valet guys, all the Hawaiians over there.
Yeah, so I mean, Vegas is always on our mind. It's an emerging market, and now our company is in a point where we are gonna be building a portfolio. Just like if you were an individual, right? Like the company's gonna be building a portfolio to build enterprise value into the company, equity.
So let's take this back just a little bit, Corey, okay? Because when you say build a portfolio, bro, in maybe like 3 sentences, what is a portfolio, and yeah, just if you could just share, what is a portfolio?
Like an investment portfolio. So like an investment portfolio, you can have anything assets. Bitcoin, could be stocks. But for us, since I know single family real estate, that's the bread and butter. That's the bread and butter. That's where my expertise is at. All my resources, my networks.
Yeah.
So that's the portfolio we're going to build, a portfolio of single family homes in an emerging market, because Hawaii is very expensive.
Absolutely.
And the rental income that you can get is not comparable, right? Hawaii is not a cash flow market. It's a equity and appreciation market. It's a very strong equity and appreciation market. That's why most investors here do equity and appreciation kind of deals, like fix and flip or ground up construction. Even though that's very challenging here,
right?
The roadmap for most investors from Hawaii is to flip houses or build the piggy bank, and then go find an emerging market somewhere in the mainland, probably, where it's more suited for cash flow, where you can actually buy property and cash flow. Right.
So when you say cash flow, Corey, let's talk a little bit about that, right? Because when I think of cash flow, like I think of, I sell something and I sell it for more, right? Which is actually wrong. That's like equity, kind of. But when I first heard of cash flow, I thought that's what it was, bro. I thought it was like, okay, I sell it at this, I get it for X, and that's my profit, and that's cash flow, right? But the cash flow that you're talking about, right, is buying an asset, buying a single family home, right? And let me just try. I'm gonna try and explain this, Corey. You got me on this. So say you buy a single family home at $200,000, your mortgage is $1,000.
Okay.
Right? Could possibly happen in Las Vegas. Prices is going higher, so But just for example, right? $1,000, right? So your mortgage is $1,000, but you have a renter come in and they pay you $1,500 every month. So the cash flow on that would be $500 a month.
Correct.
The cash flow in the course of a year, which is what investors look at long term, so that would be 10 months is $5,000, so it'd be a $6,000 cash flow. Is that right?
So $6,000. So if you do it annually and you add up the cash flow, your net income cash flow, the $6,000, that's actually your net operating income of the property.
NOI.
Yeah, NOI. Yeah. And then, but yes, the $500 that you get every month extra is the cash flow. And in business too, like if you're selling ice cream and you are residually selling your ice cream and profiting every month maybe like $5,000, then that's cash flow to the business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, cash flow can be used in many different ways, but it's usually a surplus, right?
Yeah.
So like, are you negative cash flow or positive cash flow?
Absolutely.
Right.
Okay, I hear you on that. So you want to build a portfolio of these, Corey.
Yep.
Like for the average person listening, like, okay, maybe I could do 3, right? And to them, that might be a portfolio,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So 3, if that same example existed, that's 1,500, right?
Right.
500 each,
Right.
And then that's when the verbiage comes in the real estate industry that it's passive income.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
That's considered passive income.
Yep.
Because you did not have to wake up, you did not have to kiss the wife, the family. Okay, guys, I gotta go work. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you go after 1 month, right? You have those 3 properties. That's $1,500.
Yep.
So when they say passive flow or passive income, Corey, tell these people how passive income is,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
you got these guys coming on these shows and or whatever on Instagram, like, hey brah, hey, come over here, I'm gonna show you this, give me 5 racks, that's all you need, and we're all in, we're good. You can get passive income, right?
Yeah.
How truly passive is that income? Just say on one, okay, before we start going to 3, 5 and all that. On one, how passive can it be? Mm-hmm. How passive may it not be in some instances, Corey?
It can be pretty passive if you have a good property manager and you're willing to pay for that, which I recommend, right? Then you'll only get called when the big problems arise, typically. If somebody's not paying rent, or if you can't fill the property, or if the toilet breaks, or if got to repair the house, or something happens, fire or whatever, you'll get that call. But other than that, it should be, if the property manager is doing their job properly, then it should be pretty passive. But you still got to deal with the property, right? Now, you times that, you want to build a house, like a portfolio of 100 homes.
Well, let's step that back real quick before we go to 100, because the property manager is in place.
Yep.
So that way they deal with the tenant. When
Yep.
something happens, they're not saying, hey Corey, bruh, the thing is rattling, or I know my heater, right? They call that company.
Yep.
And then what a property manager probably does, I'm assuming, is, okay, Corey, we have a problem here. I already went to check it out. It's going to cost about this amount. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
That's what a property manager
They'll check with you. And you can also put things in place so you're not getting a call every time something is like kind of broken. Like, hey, anything over $500 or $1,000, then call them.
Oh, that's smart.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So otherwise,
like little stuff,
then
like,
just fix it.
Yeah,
because
like
you budget for that too, right? So
the light fixture or something is going to cost $50. Bro, just
you don't want that call.
Yeah. You don't call that. Okay, so how much can someone expect to pay for someone like that, bro?
For property management?
Yeah, for a property
It
management.
ranges, and also ranges in the market. We've paid up to 15%. Maybe it's 10, 15%.
And that's the standard.
Yeah.
So it's 15% of the rent that they collect every month.
Yeah.
So So on the same example we did, $1,500 is $150.
Yeah.
That they're gonna get.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So I hope you guys got that. Passive income, cash flow. That's what it is. Now, Corey, back to this portfolio you want to build, bro, right? How big do you want this thing to be for you?
That's a good question, actually, right? Because you'd imagine that everyone would be like, I want the biggest portfolio, and since I've been doing this for a while, I realize, one of the big lessons is like sometimes more is not better. Sometimes more is more headaches, more liability, so
More people.
More-
that you probably
yeah.
gotta, your team.
Yeah. So I'd say I don't have a number yet. It's more build to the capacity of our team. That's what I learned. Because if you build past the capacity of your team, it'll break. And then it breaks people too. You see people break. So I think we're gonna test out. Like we just closed on 2 out there, right?
Yeah.
Right.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
like the 31st. That was the last day of the year.
super interesting. But we did it. Actually, if you want to tell the folks, and this is some secret, guys, right here. This is a secret, guys. And I think we're ahead of the curve here because it's not in Las Vegas. But Corey, I'll let you share if you want to, bro.
So the second emerging market that we're looking at is like a city called Bella Vista. It's in Arkansas. It's an emerging market. It's part of Bentonville, the Bentonville kind of boom is what I'm kind of calling it, because Bentonville is where the Walmart kind of headquarters is at.
The Walton family.
The Walton
family. About Walton family, Walmart, big dogs.
That's their kingdom there. You won't find a Target there. No, for real.
Bruh, yeah. Talk about like owning the market, like.
Yeah,
so
that's their home.
The way Corey mentions it is like, they kind of run the town.
You're playing in their sandbox for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely home base headquarters for there. And as I take it, Corey, they're building the largest headquarters.
Well, they're consolidating their headquarters and having it brought back to Bentonville. They're also building like this large training center for their employees, which like I think it's going to bring like 5,000 of them kind of to that area. So we're kind of early still in Bella Vista. In Bentonville, it's booming, which is 15 minutes south of Bella Vista.
Yeah, it's not even that far though.
No, it's not that far.
That's like from town to east side,
Yeah,
like or Kailua or something.
Yeah, so Bella Vista is like a hidden gem in the northwest of Arkansas. It's like right on the border of Missouri too, on the south. So, typically when you're searching for an emerging market, right, when you're ready to go buy some cash flow properties and build a portfolio of single family homes, this is for single family, then you want to look for emerging markets. So how do you find emerging markets?
I was just going to ask you that, Corey. What is an emerging market? What are you looking for, bro?
So you want to catch a market that's growing, so that you can catch it when it's affordable, it's cheaper, and then you got hopefully a couple decades worth of appreciation and cash flow. But that's hard to find. You have to do your homework for that. You have to find where are people moving in to, instead of out. Yeah. Right. And for how long is that market going to be booming? So one of the big indicators is you want to follow the big box stores, right? Mm-hmm. The Home Depots, the Lowe's. So where are they putting the next Home Depot and Lowe's? Because they do millions of dollars worth of market research.
That makes sense, because the Home Depots and Lowe's, they have all the wood, they have all the construction. So
it's for building.
Right. Yeah, it's for building, and the little guys, right? Yeah. Like uncle that owns his own carpentry company, right? Or tile, uncle that owns tile company, right? They can go there, right? Grab that, and boom, they're in. So that's.
They're not going to put a Home Depot or a Lowe's somewhere where no one's going to be doing construction, right? Yeah. So they are in talks with the city, the planning departments. Where's the path of progress? And that's what we want to do, So
what's happening, Corey? What you're telling me is these guys are laying the foundation already, bro.
Yeah.
They did all the legwork. They know that demographic the population is coming. Right?
Yeah, that's a huge indicator. Is like wherever they're putting the next Home Depot or Lowe's, that they're like 10 years ahead. Right, and they've put millions of dollars worth of market research in there and data, so we can like ride in their wake, and just piggyback off that. And but it's not just Home Depot and Lowe's. It's Walmart, the Targets, the Costco's, right?
Starbucks, maybe.
Starbucks is another one. Someone even said one time on our call is Great Clips. Great Clips is like a
haircut
franchise. Yeah.
I've seen those.
So and that makes sense. I mean. But the big box stores is what you really want to follow. And when you think of big box stores, the king of big box stores is Walmart. You know what I mean? So I first heard of this opportunity and this market through Carl, who he used to work with us too. And we still consider him a part of, the team and our vision. Now he's just more on the acquisition side. It's going to help us build a portfolio for the company, which might turn to portfolio for us. Yeah. And so he was telling me that him and his partner Daniel, who sweet guy, like he's an amazing guy. We have amazing people out there, actually.
Yeah, that dude is lives there. That's why, right?
Yeah,
that dude. Yeah. So you have someone boots on the ground.
Yep.
Right. You have someone you can trust.
Yep.
Right, and that's all around building relationships.
Corey. Yep.
Right, so this is what this podcast is about, guys. I want to bring you guys somebody you can build a relationship that knows what's going on, right, and can at least point you in the right direction.
Yep.
Right. But someone like Carl, right, was with us, rolling with us, and things didn't happen maybe the way he wanted, but he's still with us.
Yep.
And who knows what happens if we grab 10 homes,
Right.
50 homes. It could be bigger than.
Yeah.
It could be, right?
It could be.
It could be bigger than
Yeah.
that. So, you know, relationships, surrounding yourselves around guys that know what they're doing, or other guys that are actively looking. This is what it's about, guys, and this is what we're going to be doing. I'm telling you, we're going to bring you guys some real life people doing some real life business, right? And really trying to move the needle. Okay, Corey, I want to switch gears here because we talked about cash flow. We talked about how investors go outside because it's just so expensive. How much is the median household right now, Corey?
In Hawaii, I believe it's either at $1 million or right below for Honolulu.
Exactly.
For Honolulu County.
Nice.
But other counties is above $1 million already.
A million bones. If we're not inheriting if we're not inheriting, guys, brah, it's hard. It's hard out there, right?
Yeah.
So we talked about going outside.
Oh, we're gonna have some great conversations, bro.
We're gonna
I
kill
already
this thing, Corey. We're gonna kill this. So we did the cash flow side, right? And the cash flow side is gonna give us some passive income. It's gonna give us appreciation for long term.
Yep.
Now I want to talk about, you know, how people in Hawaii right now, right, can create a portfolio of, right, fixing and flipping. And I think fixing and flipping is such a loose term now, bro.
Yeah.
These guys are throwing this thing around like it's nothing. But when you're fixing and flipping a million bone project or anywhere close to that, bro, this is big boys, Corey. Right? This is big boys, bro.
You're playing Monopoly in real life.
Bro, real life, right? And I see it now because now I'm kind of privy. I see these deals.
Oh, you in it, bro.
Bro, I'm running a mix of it. So, you know, I think the most important part is they're doing it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They want it, right? They want to do more. So, can you share? Well, let's go back. Corey, how many homes? You don't gotta give me the exact number. How many homes do you think you've done some fix and flip here locally in Hawaii, whether it's here or I think you've done some in the outer islands. I'm not sure. I could be wrong.
Yeah, we done. Oh, I don't know. Wait, let me think about this.
I think we're doing business with a couple.
No, we funded a bunch, but
we funded a bunch.
I don't know if I did any.
Well, nonetheless, I want to give you guys some context to just because Corey's been around for a while, guys. This guy didn't wake up yesterday and watch the YouTube video. He's like, hey, yeah, that's cool, bro. This guy's been around, you know. So, Corey, tell me approximately how many projects have you done? Have you completed?
I wouldn't even know, to be honest, because a lot of times like I don't do it alone.
Right.
So I have money in with like we got 6 out in Makaha. No. 4 in Miley, 2 in Makaha. We just exited 1 in Waikiki. Just bought 2 in Arkansas.
The one in Waikiki got done?
Oh, yeah. We made money on that,
bro. Nice. Okay.
It was a good Christmas.
Okay, so, well, actually, not only here, but in Seattle, too. You did
we did deals in Seattle. We did deals in Vegas. And sometimes, like, I wouldn't even call it my deal because I'm a money guy. Like I'll just say, hey, I want a partner now, and they need money. And then I take on the risk too, right?
Because you're the one funding.
But I wouldn't even call that like my project because like I just gave money, so and support.
So you gave money to ride the wave for the profit.
Yeah. So sometimes like, especially nowadays, like I'm not flipping. Yeah, I'm not flipping. I'm here with us, like trying to figure this out, That's hard enough.
And we'll talk about that too as well. We'll be here too as well.
Yeah. So, so now, like, fortunately, I'm in a position that I can allocate capital, right? So
what does that mean, bro?
Just moving money, allocating it to a deal or a venture. Our capital, for the most part, is all on real estate because that's what I know. I would never, if I put it in the stock market, I get slaughtered. So I got to play where the Sun Tzu is the art of war. Is know your enemy and know yourself, right?
That's the one, Corey. You gotta know yourself, right? So you play in the sandbox that you know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, the hits are gonna come.
Yep.
I would assume. I mean, in any business, hits are gonna come.
Yep.
Right. Even at your job, hits are gonna come. But how do you deflect it, bro? Right? How do I get back on track?
Yeah. There's no deflecting. You just gotta take it.
Yes.
No, for real.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And that's
lessons.
Oh, bro. Yeah. And entrepreneurship and business. John or Kane was telling me. Who said this? It was another podcaster, right? It was saying that like it's the best it's the best thing for self-development.
Yeah.
Chasing entrepreneurship in business, trying to build something, putting it all on the line, like you'll find out who you are.
Yep.
And who you aren't.
Yep.
You know, and it's up to you then to decide, you know, what you do with that.
Yep.
You know, you get better or
you quit.
Quit.
Do you run?
Exactly.
Do you run away from it?
Yep.
And I want to get into that too, Corey. We're skipping though.
Bro, we're going all over.
I'm trying to stay to what I was trying to go to is the fix and flip, right? So Corey, would it be safe to say you've done 50 of them?
Yes.
Plus?
Yeah.
Easy 50 of them. So he's not a beginner. This isn't something he just started. So Corey, I want to talk about our local people, bruh, that are looking at this. Okay, because I actually just seen an article and I read it this morning before I came here, and it kind of was like, I was like, frick, bruh. But anyway, the article said our population dwindled another 20,000 people in 2024.
Oh, wow.
Right. So I don't know. What do we have? More than 1 million population.
No, I think we have right at 1 million in Honolulu.
Right? Okay, so I'm not sure where if it's all islands or whatever, but it's 20,000 people. Okay, and 20,000 people.
Yeah.
It's got to be somebody that we know.
Somebody we know. Yeah.
Somebody we know left. Last year, I had 3 people that I know personally left. Right.
Yeah.
It's like, man, and I made a point to myself a long time ago because me and my wife had this conversation. Should we just go? You know, and I said, fuck that, bruh. We're not gonna go. You know, this is all we know. My whole family's here. I grew up here. I have roots going all the way back. You know, and we have to fight. We have to fight. Okay, but that's not where I was going with that. I'm going with the fix and flip, Corey. So what do you say to these 20,000 people that left? And they probably left, Corey, because the cost of living, because they can't fucking buy a house. This shit's expensive. $1 million, even if you had to come up with 3%, bruh, it's 30 racks, right? Is that right? 3%? I don't know. Check me on that. Whatever, that's a lot of money, right? A lot of people don't even have that. Most people, right? I heard this before, where we live a life of quiet desperation. Yeah. Right? Yeah. We're one problem away from losing it all, from having to move, right? A medical bill. One thing I like to say is, you know, are we really living or are we just existing? Right? And I'm bringing you Corey because obviously there's ways. He's done it, right? But I want to go back to this fix and flip because these 20,000 people that are leaving, they're probably looking at you right now being like, yeah, they left because of you, Corey, because you would fix the house. You made this house. Now it's $1 million. Now I cannot pay for this. Right, if I had me, my wife, my brother, my sister-in-law, which I don't like. I don't like moving with mom. Even if I had all 5 of those people, bro, I cannot afford this house, right? So it's not them, it's you, bro. You're the one making it more expensive. So what would you say to our people that just about that? Because I think it's a big thing, bro.
I'm the right guy for this question.
I think it's a big thing because I've thought like this for a long time, and that's I was gonna be a real estate agent, and I decided not to because I was like, bro, I don't want to be a part of the problem. Right. I don't want my uncle or my auntie, right, or my grandpa to look at me and be like, bro, Akili, you're the reason why this is all happening. Right. Yeah. Right. So Corey, how would you respond to someone saying, bruh, it's because of you and all your dumb people trying to do this thing?
Yeah. I am the guy to answer this question because I've battled the same thing, like the stigma, you know, and I think, unfortunately, and as much as these words may sting some people, and if it stings some people, maybe these words are for you then. But like the reason why I feel the big problem is we are ignorant. We are ignorant to money and debt and how it works, how the game is played. We're not taught it in school. I don't know why, but the only reason why I know that this is true and that the problem is not investors, it's not developers, it's not politicians, it's not realtors. The problem is supply and demand. And that's why I know the problem that we have as local people is that we're just ignorant to how the game is played. I know this because I'm a born and raised local boy from Waimanalo. Went to public school. We can
That's right.
Oh,
we did. We went to Kailua High
Surf
School.
Rider.
Surf Riders. Let's go. Real quick though, Corey, I want to interrupt because I asked you this question before, back 6 years ago when we first started this podcast.
Was it different?
Bro, it's the same answer.
Same answer?
Same answer.
We talked about this?
We talked about this because I asked you this. But, you know, when he looked at the camera and asked you guys if it stings, bro, I was fucking pissed when you told me.
Yeah.
Internally, I was so mad because I'm like, you're calling me stupid, Corey. I'm not stupid. I know. I see what's happening.
Yeah.
Right? And if you guys felt that from Corey, good. It's good. You guys need to, okay? Because
it's the truth.
For one, it's the truth.
Yeah.
Right? And the one thing I found with Corey is he's gonna speak the truth, bro. And it might not be and it might not be what you want to hear. But one thing I found with Corey is, and I love this, is he's gonna lay it on tonight and it's gonna be okay. If it stings you, that means you're curious. If it stings you, you need to know this, bruh. You need to know, right? And if you don't know, right, learn this. How's this one from a book? If you don't know KNOW, right, then it's a no. Take out the KNW, right? Then it's a no, right? But that doesn't mean you stop, right? Corey said it's a game. I believe that. I believe everything we do is a game. And some people say it really loosely, like, oh, life's a game. Like, oh, the basketball is a game. To these big dogs like MJ, like Kobe, like, you know, baseball stars, basketball, it's not a game, bro. They obsess over this. Corey, you're a freak, bro. I'll text you late at night and you're still up and it's about business. And he's crazy, bro. He's still up.
You're crazy.
I'm kind of
yeah, you're crazy. We both crazy.
But I want to know. I want to know because I don't want to be. I don't want to be ignorant. I want my family to stay here, and I want to have the life we deserve. Right? And Corey, do rules change sometimes?
Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
That's the only thing that's guaranteed, is that things will change. And so we need, like, Hawaii was stolen.
Let's get that straight again. Corey, say that again. Because as much as you guys might think he's calling you guys dummies,
no.
He's not. He's not.
I'm not. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, because when you say that, like when you told me that, bro, I remember I was sitting down, I was like, fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Bro.
And sometimes you got to say it like that so that it does sting, so that it sinks in, you know. I'm not afraid to hurt people's feelings, bro. As long as it's the truth. As long as
it's the truth, bro.
Then that's their problem.
In business, as long as it's the truth. Yeah. In business, in personal, right? That's not me. It's your perception on it. And if you want clarity, bro, just ask.
It can help a lot of people.
That's what I'm saying. Like I just need.
It helped me.
There's sometimes where like you tell me something like, bro, Corey, what do you mean, bro? You know. And if that person really cares, they'll tell you.
Yeah.
They'll tell you it wasn't personal.
Yeah.
But look, this is the rules of money, right?
I just know because I've lived it. Like I'm like we were just talking about this earlier. I'm not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be here.
We're over here trying to make this thing all cherry and like, hey Corey, I think we can put it over there. I was like, bro, you know what? Just let's run it. And you're like, Kitty, I don't even care. We're not supposed to be here.
Bro, every day is a win. You know, like so. And the only reason why is because I was taught. I learned how money works. Why
did you learn, Corey? Why did you seek? What made you want to be like?
I think it didn't make sense to me, the regular path. Just for me, for some, and it's not about just business or entrepreneurship. If I was a local person, like if you're a local person that lives here, right, like me, like Kelly, born and raised, then one is you have to confront the brutal realities of the truth, which is that we weren't taught this. We weren't taught about taxes, debt, and money. Okay, we're taught to be afraid of debt. Yeah. And I don't know why, but it's someone's debt is another person's asset.
Bro, when Corey told me that,
he's gonna get me every time, bro.
No, when Corey told me that, though, I couldn't understand it. I can't. It's a difficult.
But now you live in the debt world,
bro. But now I see it every.
Yeah, debt is an asset to us because we're on the other side.
for the bank that you take an auto loan out, it's an asset to the bank on that debt, guys. When you take a mortgage out and that mortgage is $500,000, they're not putting it into their pocket.
They're not even putting it in the liability column.
They're not even putting. You know
they're
what they're
putting
doing?
in the asset column.
Asset column. And what are they? What are they doing with that $500,000? What are they gonna do to the next Mr. and Mrs. Smith that comes in?
Exactly.
They're gonna loan that shit out again. That's what they're gonna do, right? So the difference between assets,
I call that smart money.
It is smart.
They just know how to play the game. This going back to local people, right?
Yeah.
Just so that
back to that local people and that
yes,
and that whole thing there.
We can't just point finger and blame and get mad at the situation or the past or even the past as wrong as it was. You know, our land was stolen, but like you said, like the only thing certain about anything is that things will change, and we can't be held to that. Like we have to move on. You know, no more pointing fingers, no more pointing blame, no more sitting on the sidelines. You know, like now, like you want your land back, you gotta go learn, invest, and go take the time, like we're doing. And go buy it back, earn it back. You know, that's what I say. Learn, because that's the only thing that is the difference from me and anyone else. You know, who's born and raised here. And I'm not even done yet. Like I don't want to talk like I'm done. You know, like I made it. Like no, every day I wake up as if this could disappear tomorrow. But that's why we're gonna make it, bro.
Bro, that was good. That was good. No, but Corey.
So I say find a vehicle.
There, yes. I was just gonna say. So
it doesn't have to be real estate.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be real estate.
Right.
You can start a business. You could work your way up into your job to where you're earning enough. Okay, you gotta run the numbers though, because if you run the timeline, it's gonna take you 20 years to get to a position where you can now have enough. It's like, well, that doesn't work. Yep. You know, so that's why I did chase entrepreneurship, because the plan didn't sound right for me. Mm-hmm. I spent thousands of dollars on a degree, and I didn't want to be a physical therapist. In fact, I didn't want to work at all. I was like, I don't like work at all.
I think that's everybody.
Yeah, but I felt shame because I felt lazy, you know, I'm not a lazy person, if anything. Mm-hmm. So I just didn't understand yet that what I really am is an entrepreneur. That's it. That's who I am.
And I think we all have that, Corey.
Yeah.
I think we all have that quality in us. And I think
it needs careful nurturing, bro, and a good network around you to bring out the best of it.
That's what I was gonna say. There's a couple of things that I think maybe you can agree with, right? Like if you're gonna do anything growing up, if you were to learn something new, you got someone to help you, bro. You got a coach.
Yeah.
You know, you had a mentor. Yep. Somebody you could look up to, right? But between that and whatever else, I think we get convoluted. We get clouded, bro. We're clouded by all this other stuff and the outside influences of what's going on and what needs to happen. But correct me if I'm wrong, Corey. What you're trying to tell me is get around a circle, find out what you want to do, surround yourself with the cats that are doing it, bro. Right? Get a mentor.
Yeah, or model if there's no one who you can peg down. Yeah, because you also want to be careful who you follow. You know,
that's a good one too, bro.
There's a lot of smoke screens, we call them, out there. You know,
these guys got some skeletons out there.
They can sell.
Yeah,
they can sell real well. Mm-hmm. But are they about it inside? You know.
I love that. You guys gotta be about it, bro. Whatever it is, just be about it.
Yeah, right? Be real, be true, stay close to the truth. If you're, you know, in everything, and you'll be all right. You know, people are afraid of leadership because they think they gotta lead from the front.
Yeah.
If anything, it's like leadership is just you guys do them, you know, and you watch from the back. Yeah, and you support. Yeah. And that's the sacrifice you make, you know. But leadership is more letting go. Like letting others shine, you know, like so. But it can carry burdens. Like that's one thing I learned, bro. You ask for greatness. If you ask for greatness, you're really asking for hard times, trials to overcome. You know, that's what you're really asking for. I never knew that, bro.
You know, Corey, I understand what you're saying, but on the other side of this camera, people are like,
yeah,
frick, already, give them. I like them right now.
Yeah.
I want the greatness. Right?
Ask for them then. You'll see.
I would say, you guys gotta do something, bro. You guys gotta go out there and take the action. Look, guys, we ain't in one real studio. You guys might hear some cars passing by, a couple doors open over here, bro. We're just rushing this thing, right? Like you said, you know, entrepreneur. I think we all are entrepreneurs in one way or another, but maybe that might have died somewhere, right? And I hope this wakes you up. Okay? Like the way I wish I had this. I wish I had someone just telling me that looked like me and you, right? That looked like me and you, that we could share with the audience. Because everyone I was looking to was in the mainland, bro. And I was like, you guys don't understand. You don't know how much
It breaks my heart, bro, to see. I mean, I feel like home, so it's awesome, you know, when you go Vegas. But it breaks my heart because you know why they're there. And
it's not because they want to. Let's put it that way.
most of them,
80%,
yeah.
I think, it's not because they want to.
Yeah.
Who wants to leave the beach? Who wants to drive 10
This
minutes?
is home, bro. I'm never leaving home. I'll die here, bro. You know, this is my home. And it does make me sad. And I do know that most of the people over there rather not be. And that's why I think our work is not done.
Yeah.
Like, until we start to talk about first who we are so that people can hold us accountable. And then show by what we do.
Yeah.
And then we can earn perhaps influence and a voice to actually tell the truth, which we're doing now. Absolutely. Is that the problem is supply and demand. It's not anything else. When you live on an island, you have limited supply. You have limited real estate. And Hawaii is a very strategic military location. The U.S. is never going to give it up. And so we are represented by every branch of the military.
Can you explain? Yeah, sorry, you're actually explaining it. Explain what strategic location means.
Yeah, so it's just in the world. We're a very strategic military.
We're in the middle of fucking
the Pacific,
bro.
So we have, you know, the Pearl Harbor is, I mean, it's the gem for the U.S. Navy, and so we are represented by every branch of the military here on Oahu. That means that's thousands of transactions every year, people moving in and out. We have international demand. Everybody wants a piece of Hawaii. We have buyers from China, Japan, Korea, Australia, Canada. So we're not just competing against local people for housing here, okay? Because what happens when you have low supply and high demand, prices go up. It's just supply and demand. Now, you can have players in the game, like politicians, like bad actors, you know, real estate developers and real estate agents, or, you know, realtors, or whoever you want to point the finger at. There are bad actors that can influence the market, but they don't control the market. Okay, so if we know that, then we should focus on learn the money game, understand what an asset, the difference between an asset and a liability is, good debt versus bad debt. That's the first thing we should learn, right? And once you understand that, you can start making your way to buying property, hopefully, you know, and buying land back. If that's how you look at this situation, you know, then you got to put in the work, you know. And what I say is you need a vehicle, because people flip houses here and they call it investing. I guess so. I did, you know, but I don't feel like an investor flipping houses. Like, that's not investing in real estate.
What would you consider? What is that called then?
House flipping? What type of? Oh, this is another one. It could probably sting. But it's okay. I don't see house flipping as a business, truly, because there's no cash flow.
Sorry.
A business needs cash flow, you know, and house flipping doesn't have cash flow.
I think what you mean by that, just to give substance, right? You get a house. You fix it, you sell it, pow.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the project.
But in the 6 to 12 months that you're doing that, there's no cash flow. The cash is only flowing one way, and that is out.
You got the concrete guy.
You were the last to be paid as the investor. As if you're a house flipper, you're the last to be. You guys know this. Like, the people are going to identify it. You're the last to get paid. You're the unsung hero. You know, because you take the risk, you sign on the line. And the reason why I don't see it as a business, and I think people should be careful doing that is because there is no cash flow, and it relies a lot on your signature, and you can build a team, but then there's a lot of third party, contractors, service providers that you have to rely upon.
Yep.
A business,
get the job done.
Yes, a business cannot run properly that way. So I see house flipping as a very lucrative and risky side hustle. And it can be the vehicle. It was for me.
Yeah, right.
It was for me.
So it's not that it's bad.
It's not bad.
It sounds like, from your understanding, Corey, it's a means to an end almost.
I'd say so.
Well, not an end, but it's a start.
It's a vehicle.
It's a vehicle
to get you somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's not. We have to call it what it is. House flipping, you can make a lot of money, but you'll never be financially free. You need passive income. You need to build wealth, and you do that through real estate, but not if you're trading it. There's investing and there's trading. Day traders on the market, and then there's value investors like the Warren Buffetts of the world. So like in real estate, same thing, right? Like you're flipping houses, you wholesaling, you're trading.
Yeah,
that's not investing.
Yeah, you're trading your time.
Yeah, it's a lot of time.
Really, a lot of time, a lot of resources too. If you're doing it here,
yes,
choke resources.
Well, so we're using private lending as a vehicle. We're gonna use that to build the piggy bank while we're also learning to invest and building the relationship, staying in the crossfires of opportunity. But that's our vehicle. So really, like, what is your vehicle?
There you go. Absolutely.
It could be your job. If you run the numbers and the timeline, like, oh crap, I'm gonna have to stay in here for 30 more years. Like, I'm gonna be 70 years old. Okay, now at least you know that this vehicle got to trade them.
That's the truth. First, you're getting there because you're getting to the truth. It's going to take me another 30 years. I'm going to be 70, right? Just to get where I want, right?
Yep.
Or look at another vehicle.
Exactly.
So what Corey's trying to tell us is if you don't work for stevedores, if you don't work for the stevedores, right? Or you ain't in the military, you probably should look at some other ways of...
Maybe a business.
Yeah.
But business, do I believe this? It isn't for everyone.
You know what? I was going to ask you that.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you that because...
As much as I would want it to be, and I've tried, I've wanted it more than those who I've tried to help before. I could tell. And one of my mentors, Melina, she told me, you can't want it more than them.
Yeah.
If you're leading, or if you're going to be in a mentorship role and take it seriously, then you can't want it more than them, man. That's how I feel.
You guys gotta want it, bro. You gotta go out there and want it. So if you're not stevedore, you're not in the military, go out there and you guys gotta seek the information, seek the people, and you guys will be able to get it there, right? Is that the advice that you would give the peeps right now?
Yeah.
Like, we have to learn the rules of the game. You just explained the rules of the game, right? The next step is what, Corey?
I think the next step is to analyze your situation. You start with the truth. You get down to the painful truth.
It's gonna take you to 70 to get to really where your dreams are. And I would say too, like, don't even skimp on it. Like, say you want to have $1 million. It took me a long time to say that.
Yeah, find out. And maybe it's not $1 million, bro. Like, maybe it's more now.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you might have to add a zero on that nowadays.
But it took me a long time because I felt guilty, bro. I felt guilty. I remember graduating from high school, or not even, I think I was in intermediate. And I remember telling my mom, I said, Mom, I want to be a millionaire. And she's like, shh, kitty, don't say that. I said, what you mean, Ma? Like, she's like, oh, but we have everything.
Right,
said,
yeah.
And I think us local people, we're very prideful people. We love each other, right? And it's not good to...
This is important to talk about.
I think this is really important.
I know where you're going.
Because, it's okay. We get enough. You get shelter, you get food, yeah?
Live below your means.
You get them. And you know what? I tried that way. Fuck, it's not me, Corey. I want more.
Yeah.
Bro, I have 4 brothers and 2 sisters. I have a huge family.
Yeah.
And I'm the second to the youngest. So I got lit up as a kid. And I knew I had to get more. I got dirty Lincolns by these guys, bro. So I just knew, like, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's that where, like, bro, I needed to figure it out. I needed to want.
No, you know why? Because you're an entrepreneur, for one. Like, that is the mark of an entrepreneur, is the itch, the fire.
But it's okay. I think we gotta let these guys know it's okay, bro.
It's okay to dream. Oh yeah, of course. And like, don't let people try to swear on this thing or shit on your dream.
Yeah.
Like, and you gotta guard your dream. Sometimes from the people you love the most and who love you the most, because it's not because perhaps they want to see. You know, they're trying to bring you down. They're afraid for you.
Yeah,
they don't understand.
They might be afraid that you're gonna fail.
No,
maybe they failed. So, because I think that's why. Mom, I love you, Mom. Love you, Mom. Corey, tell Mom you love Mom.
Love you, Mom.
Gotta love moms. But yeah, I think they might be just afraid on their side that they have tried and that they did fail, and they don't want you to feel heartbreak of failure.
Yes, that's all of that. C or D, all of the above. It's that. And that is why, too, I think that people are afraid to learn about money. They're uncomfortable about it. They're afraid to say, I want to make money.
Yep.
Like, I'm tired of being broke. Like, for some reason, we don't say that. And that's where it starts, though. You know, like, you got to hit the point where it's like, why can't I make good money? You know, money doesn't change us, it reveals us. So if you have a bad relationship with money, you're not going to go anywhere. And money's energy. You got to master that energy. And the energy of money, it's very sensitive. Mm-hmm. If you're afraid to lose money, you're going to fucking lose it. Yeah. If you're holding on to it so tight, you'll never make it. Yeah. You'll never make money. Yeah. You know, money's got to flow. That's and so. But I understand the fear, and I understand, you know, that's where it all comes from. That's where the finger pointing comes from. That's where the doubt comes from, is fear. Yeah. And that, again, is energy around money. So, like, you really do have to understand that money isn't the root of all evil, you know, and money doesn't change us, it reveals us. The more money you make, if you're a good person, you'll probably do a lot more good in the world. Mm-hmm. It's better in your hands than some other guy's hands who isn't a good person. That's how I see it. Yeah. You know?
I love that, bro. That's the... Guys,
we haven't even scratched the surface, bro.
Dude, this can go so much more
deeper. I can talk all day with you, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it can go so much more deeper, but I think for most people, like, it's okay at all. Yeah. I want more. Not
only is it okay, it's like we should be telling each other, go get it.
Exactly. There you go. Like, there you go.
Where did we? I don't know. Maybe it's culturally here. Mm-hmm. The Aloha Spirit's humility, right? Mm-hmm. You can still hold a lot of power with humility. Yep. You know, but you gotta gain that first. Money does have power. Yep. It does. Mm-hmm. You know, again, in the right hands, you know, there's a lot of good that can come from it. So it's almost our duty if you look at it that way, you know?
Us local people has been through everything, you know. You said it, like, our islands got stolen, right? We are so familiar with hurt and mistrust, distrust. Like, bask in that abyss, Corey. That's what Corey says. You gotta bask in that abyss, right? But with all of that being said, we have some fucking warriors here, brah, that's seen it, right? How come, right, our people here cannot build one killer company, right? Who says that Facebook could not be made here, right? I had some conversation with some other local peoples, you know, that love entrepreneurs, but why? It's the same thing. Why, right? I think we got to stop being the crabs in the bucket. I think we need to continue to surround yourself with guys that want to push you, right? And guys, this entrepreneur outlet, this is what it's for, okay? To give you an outlet, to be able so you can reach out to someone and say, brah, I need help, right? Even that is hard. Yeah. Even that is hard because we are such proud people. Yeah. But I'll put us against any state in the whole nation. I'm telling you, if we win scrap or we can do something, I'm telling you, I know we're gonna win because we've been shredded on many of times.
The ancient Hawaiian people were warriors. They were not finger pointers. They were not sit on the side and just talk. Like they were people of action.
They were thinkers too, though.
They had to be.
They had to be strategic, bruh.
Yeah, it's in our culture. It's there. It just needs to be remembered. I feel like I think we forgot who we are, and that's tragedy, So like Hawaii people, I would like to, when people think of Hawaii, I'd like them to think strong, like good-hearted,
kind,
hardworking,
but we
generous
if we got to.
But don't cross that line, bro. Don't cross that line. No, good people. That's it. That's what it is. It's good. Hawaii is full with good people, and we need to protect it and help it. Like it is now. It is part of my duty. One day soon, hopefully, once we. Few more years, right? When we gonna get this figured out, then we're gonna be out there in the community, bro. Like we need to do this with entrepreneurship has changed my life in all the best ways possible. It taught me leadership. It taught me all the self-development thing, and you get to live it every day. Every day, our courage is tested. Our principles are tested. Every day, patience is tested. All the intangibles are tested when you pursue entrepreneurship. And you could check all the boxes, do everything right, and still not make it.
Crazy, yeah.
But that's the beautiful thing about
that is because you're gonna learn, and then the next one you're just gonna be more fierce. I've been through this.
Oh, I know you have, bro.
Next,
that's
right?
why
you're gonna be able to know what to do next already, right?
Keli is the Hawaii entrepreneur. No, I'm not even. Like I'm for real.
Corey,
like this community that you're gonna build with Darren is in good hands, and we'll support it, bro, all the way. My brother.
Appreciate that, Corey. Yeah. Look, a little background, guys. I've fucking tried everything, bro. Corey knows.
Let him know.
I've tried everything. No, this one's not about me. It's about you. But we'll save it for a next one.
Okay.
We'll save it for the next one. But guys, I really fucking tried everything, brah. I tried selling other people's shit. I sold fish. I tried creating this product where it was like a USB drive and you can save all your shit on there in case we have a tsunami or something. And I went on Facebook. It was crazy. I tried to be a doomsday prepper and sell all the shit to doomsday preppers. I have everything here.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that was a good one. I thought that was the home run, brah. Bitcoin. I bought a Bitcoin machine.
You got a miner? A Bitcoin miner?
Yeah.
We might have to dust that bad boy off, bro.
Brah. I had 2 of them, and I spent $10,000 on it each.
What?
And I had it in my house.
It's not working right now?
Hoku fucking hated it.
Yeah. We're gonna get that thing running, bro. We're gonna get that thing running. We need to cut this right now and get that thing running.
But guys, so look, Corey says, I'm a great entrepreneur. I have a lot of failures, bro. But I'm learning though. Yeah. I'm learning. Corey, you said it once we learn this and figure Kécō Capital out, we figured it out, but we need to get to the goals that we want to do, right? So guys, I'm telling you, I'm with you on this journey. I'm still learning, brah. And my job is to give you the juice, give you some actionable shit to fucking to get you there, bro. I wish I had it. I swear to God, I wish I had it because I don't like books. I never like hearing the teacher tell me what to do. Right? I went into business when I went to college, and they're like, "What do you want to do?" I said, "I want to be a business owner." Well, we don't have anything like that. You need to do the. I'm like, what? And I found out real quick. What the hell do you do, lady? So guys, thank you, Corey, for those kind words. But I'm building with you guys. I'm on this journey, and I'm gonna share with you guys everything I'm doing, my wins, my losses, so you guys can learn from them, so you guys can get to where you want to be. So Corey, back to you though, bro, real quick. Okay? You said some killer things. Entrepreneurship brings leadership. Entrepreneurship's gonna bring you losses, wins, all of in between. Let's talk about the little Corey Nemoto in Waimanalo. Okay. So maybe not all the way, or maybe humble beginnings, right? Corey from Waimanalo, growing up, right? Was mom and dad rich, brah? Did you guys have money, throwing money around? Did you have the nicest car? Let's hear a little bit about Corey.
No, I didn't come from money. I'd say we were middle class.
Yep.
Maybe middle like definitely middle class, bro.
Okay.
Money
Was it
money
talked about?
wasn't in it, money wasn't talked about. Yeah. And but I did find out later through my mom. It's like, oh yeah, it wasn't easy. You know, I thought it was like, oh, okay, you know, but they just protected us from that. So
Shielded.
yeah. And so, you know, I don't have quite the stories that a lot of entrepreneurs do, although I do have stories. Like I have a lot of stories, but growing up, I had a great childhood. I come from a great family. I was raised well, I feel. I was but I wasn't handed stuff. Like I learned my lessons through control. What I learned from my mentor Ranson, which he puts his son through, is controlled environments of like sports.
Okay.
You know, like or kickboxing or jiu-jitsu, right?
Well,
like,
you did all of that shit too, though, right?
Yeah, and that's where I learned it. Like I learned how to deal with fear.
So what was the first for you? You said sports. Was it kickboxing? Was it jiu-jitsu?
First was, I mean, I started like soccer, baseball, basketball.
Right.
First
well,
one,
let's go to high school then, right? Because high school is kind of like, I mean, you don't gotta figure it out, bro. We thought we knew everything, bro. You know, in high school, I thought I fucking knew everything, bro.
Yeah.
So high school, Kailua High School, right? Kailua has the best mix of people. You got all Kailua, and then you got Waimanalo.
Yeah.
So you gotta be able for, you know, maneuver
I'm
those
from
guys.
Kailua, but then we moved to Waimanalo.
Oh, really?
So I wasn't really from Waimanalo. You know, like, I mean, I grew up there. So I moved there when I was like 12 or something like that. So
Fair
like,
enough.
but I was caught in between Kailua and Waimanalo. It's different towns, right? It's different towns. It's like
I don't care what anybody said. When you cross Olawana Golf Course, bro, you in Waimanalo. You're not in Kailua,
Yeah.
And all the Waimanalo boys gonna tell you, that's God's country right there.
No,
That's
yeah,
Waimanalo.
and they're proud of it, and I'm proud of it.
Absolutely.
And like, but it's different. How do you? Well, let me just say it this way. Like, I was in a safe home. I was loved. I was, you know, I have a great family. They support me to this day. They're everything to me. Like I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them and the shelter they provided me as a child. But I stepped one foot out of my house and like all my friends, there's abuse, there's alcohol, there's this person's gone crazy, that, abusive dad, like, so you're surrounded
I was surrounded by it. You knew about it.
I mean, it's not a rare story.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's not that it's normal, but it's not like, oh my God, right? And as
everybody's like my friends' households were not like mine,
right?
And it showed me a lot, like being able to see that because my friends, I love my friends, and but then I also feel like, wow, shit, I gotta go home to that. Like I'm thinking about them, like so. And then it made me grateful for what I did have, but it didn't make me naive to the world of, that if you're not ready for this world, it'll take you. And I got ready through. Again, I was raised right. I think because I was the runt of the family, so like I was always in the jiu-jitsu classes, like the adult class at the state for. My uncles were like, But I looking back, it's like I'm glad I was put in those positions where jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, you learn a lot, bro. You learn a lot
about yourself.
Yeah. You find out where you break. You find out like where you turn coward,
where you cannot go and spar because will kick your ass.
No, you learn how to deal with fear quickly. And
so how old were you when you started, Corey? When you started
jiu-jitsu? Oh man, I don't know. I have a picture of me real little, probably third grade. I already know I was. So I don't know how old you are in third grade.
Third grade, you're 8. My son's 8. That's why.
It wasn't Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I didn't start in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. But it was the Japanese form of jiu-jitsu that Brazilian jiu-jitsu evolved from. So it's a lot more judo, throws, self-defense stuff.
Nice.
But it was a lot of fundamentals that helped me with Brazilian jiu-jitsu when I started training that.
So when did you go from there to Brazilian jiu-jitsu?
That was like high school. I started like in the garage with the kind of.
When I remember first seeing you, 'cause I think you're 1 year older, yeah, Corey.
2, I think.
2 years older than me. Okay, but I remember the first time I seen you, we were in the gym because I was JV for basketball.
Basketball gym? Yeah.
Basketball gym, and I'm like, You know, you get the big bradas, you know what I'm saying, dunking, right? Just banging threes from the side. You get all these big bradas, and then
Me.
here's Corey. I'm like, you see the little Japanese guy, but bruh, he's darting all around. He's doing everything you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But I remember, I don't know, I can't remember who I asked, but I'm like, bro, who's that guy? Like, cause he's shorter than me.
He should be on JV.
We need him. We need him on our team, you know, on the JV side. But yeah, bro, that's Corey Nemoto. You know, bro, he's bad. He's been on Vars, you know, for 4 years. Boom, all day.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I remember specifically, and that's when I was like, oh fuck, okay, cool. And then
they left out that I sat the bench for the first 2 years. I was a water boy.
You're a water boy the 2 years.
There's lessons there too, you know. Like, yeah, the first two, I played basketball of all sports. I'm barely 5'5". Like,
but I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing because I know I've seen Corey. I seen him at practice.
Bro, yeah. Kelly knows. Kelly can vouch for me. Actually, you can vouch for my stories,
I can
bro.
vouch for your high school career. And
so they asked me if I wanted to go up to Vars my freshman year, and I don't. To this day, I'm not sure why they asked me. But I went.
Why?
Why did I go?
Yeah, because to football, basketball,
you want to play Vars, right?
You want to play Vars, but bruh, you're playing against men, cuz. I mean, they're 18-year-olds. They're hammers. Yeah. Especially in football, you're gonna get smashed, like no matter what. But in basketball, guys, Corey's not lying. He's like 5 feet, playing 6 feet. Like, so
I'm
Corey,
not supposed to be playing basketball.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So that's why I'm asking you why. Why did you say yes to that, bro?
I think I just wanted to be a part of the team. Like, I wanted to be a part of the varsity. You know, like I knew I was gonna sit.
Did you say you wanted more? That's why Corey, maybe.
Right? I was bummed that I wasn't gonna get to play. Like, I knew I was going to sit for like 2 years, and I did. Like, and it was hard to not just show up to practice every day, but to hear everybody talk about, because my friends played on JV. So at lunch, they're talking about the game and all the points they scored, and I don't know. So it wasn't fun, but it taught me a lot because since I'm undersized, like just running suicides, like the sprints, bro, like, the guy next to me, his stride is 1.5 mine's. You know what I'm saying?
So like 5 strides to catch up.
I literally have to work 1.5 times more than the guy next to me, like literally. And so I realized that, and that's why I accepted that long time ago.
Yeah.
Like, and there's a power in acceptance, you know. It's like that's why like I showed up. But the thing is, if I showed up every day as the water boy that got pulled up from JV, who barely 5'5", and is trying his hardest, running the sprints, and I show up every day, then everybody else got to show up every day. You know what I mean? It's called leading from the back.
Leading from the back, guys. How would you guys, most people would say no to that in business, if you relate that to business, right? Knowing that you got to work twice as hard and not get paid as much as everyone else, because that's kind of what you just said.
Yeah.
I gotta run 3 strides, 2 brados, 1, and I know that I'm not even gonna get any shine, right?
Yeah, but the lessons came from there, and I think I earned respect from my teammates. In fact, I used to play not even Ranson's backup. I was his 3rd string, I think. Wow. And he's still my mentor to this. I'm still chasing that guy, you know, and he's involved with us a lot, you know. And I think, you know, it's going through stuff like that together that brings you closer, secures the bond, you know. Yeah.
I think that's cool, bro.
Layla said she threw this word out. I guess it's a thing now. It's called trauma bonding.
Trauma bonding.
Yeah.
I love it. So Layla's our COO, right?
Yeah.
So she controls.
She's the mom.
She makes sure that we're on our best.
We don't get too wild.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, bro, Kelly get wild.
No. Stop it. Okay, so you're in high school, right? Tired of getting dunked on, so you wanted to kick someone's ass, and that's why you went to jiu-jitsu.
No,
were you already
actually went to
I didn't know, bro.
Kickboxing was like high school. I started doing more kickboxing. I was always training with my uncle, and then
I see.
My uncle.
So what, backyard, like just backyard?
No, he would kick. I would go to Waminal boxing gym.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
In the back roads.
No, but in the gym, the Waminal gym.
Oh, okay.
We was there for a little while, and then we was back roads for a little while.
Back roads.
We was kind of everywhere. Yeah. But
see, I did it, bro. I actually didn't know that. I think like my senior year, something was like, oh yeah, I do jiu-jitsu and kickboxing and stuff. So I thought that you just picked it up between there. That's why I wanted to ask for me. I wanted to know why. You know?
No. I learned. Yeah, my uncle would teach us. He used to kickbox, and so he'd teach us kickboxing and jiu-jitsu. And then in high school, I just picked it back up. And then started bringing the friends. We used to train in the garage and stuff.
Yeah, I remember those garages. I think I came a couple of times.
Yeah, maybe.
That was super cool.
So, but then I didn't. But kickboxing, that taught me a lot too. Like, a lot of lessons there. You'll learn. Like anyone who fights for a living, like a professional fighter, so much respect, bro.
You're gonna get kicked in the face, bro.
You gotta be kind of nuts.
Yeah, you
gotta kind of a couple screws loose.
Okay, so high school, boom, we go to college, right? You went to the University of where?
Cal Baptist University. It's in Riverside, California. SoCal.
So how did you know that real estate? Like, when the real estate come through? What was the catalyst that you had that was like, yeah, shucks, I think entrepreneurialism and this is something I want to do or pursue?
For a fact, it was because I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. Like, I am one of those guys that read Rich Dad Poor Dad
book
and changed my life.
So some context: Rich Dad Poor Dad, guys. I read that book too, bro, and that reinforced.
Yep.
That's really what it really did.
Yep.
And I didn't even understand it, but I just knew it could happen. So Rich Dad Poor Dad is a book written by Robert Kiyosaki. A lot of people might not know this, but he's from here, right? He's from here. Pretty big real estate mogul and still doing real estate to this day.
Yep.
Right with that?
Yep.
Yeah, but he sold millions of books. And the reason why I like that book, that was the first book I read, bro. That I actually read first. Like really read and really
Me
was
too.
like, bro, this is pretty mean, you know? But I read that I could understand what the story was. Bro.
Yeah.
It's not big words.
Yep.
It's not anything too crazy. Because, bro, I hate reading books.
Me too. I hated reading.
I hated reading, but I think it comes down to you just gotta find something you're interested in.
Yeah, because reading was forced upon us. That's why.
And I don't like people telling me what to do. That's just I hate that. So when you're in school, I'm like, bro, I gotta listen to you. But I think that's something that I had to learn, right? I mean, you don't know everything, so we seek it, right? So you read Rich Dad Poor Dad. Like, how did you get that, bro?
My dad was telling me to read it for years, bro, and like I think he saw that I was an entrepreneur, and but it wasn't until like my last year of college I picked it up because that's when I was like,
so you're like 23 then, 24.
24, yeah, I was 24.
24. You read the book.
Yep.
Let's do it. Then.
Well, read the book and I almost quit. Right there, I called my dad.
You almost quit what?
School. Yeah, my last year.
You're a typical local boy. Dad, I'm out.
No, bro.
Holy shit.
I was reading that book and I was like, that's the fastest I've ever read a book, I think. Wow. And because like you, it was just everything I needed to hear. Yeah. And the book isn't necessarily about investing in real estate. It's about entrepreneurship. Yep. But he talks a lot about real estate. So I was like, oh, shoot, I'm going to do real estate. That's what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. And that's how deep that book sank into me, right, at the time. And so called my dad. I told him, Dad, read Rich Dad Poor Dad like you told me to. Like, loved it. Like, so, like, I think I'm done. I'm going to quit school. I'm going to do this real estate stuff.
How'd that go with Pops?
Well, Pops did not like that one. But so I ended up finishing. Yeah. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad I finished.
Well, I mean, you already was 3 years in, right?
7 years, bro.
7 years.
I was a 7 years.
Corey's a low-key doctor.
No.
Dr. Nemoto
How
here.
about the opposite of that? I just fucking took 7 years to get my 4-year degree.
What did you get your degree in, Corey?
Kinesiology and marketing. Yeah, I minored in marketing.
What is kinesiology?
It's like exercise science, PE. If you like being a PE teacher, you gotta take kinesiology. You like being a physical therapist, go kinesiology.
Okay.
Yeah, nursing.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, you're all about your body and all of that.
I thought so, but I realized I didn't want to do that, bro.
Read
it
the
was
book
very hard
to what?
to get my degree. Like kinesiology was not easy. I thought it was like
for
PE.
real?
I was like, bro, I like sports. Is probably the thing I
Put the
identify.
phone over there, run around, come back.
No, that's what I. And then all of a sudden we're learning about the names of the muscles, bro. Do you know the names of the muscles?
I know.
They're very hard to pronounce.
Tendonitis.
Okay, yeah, that's one of them. I think. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's go back.
Okay. So went there, gonna quit. Pop says, hell no, you're crazy. You did the,
Finish school.
You finished it, bro.
Yep.
So I mean, that means a lot. Shows that.
But I worked for a couple investors while that last
That's what
year.
I was gonna ask. So, bro, what you worked for an investor? What was the action that you took? Was like, bro, I gotta go talk to this guy.
Well, I went to in the book. Robert Kiyosaki says the best way to start is to find a local community, the local RIA club, which is the Real Estate Investors Association.
Okay. And this is in Cali, by the way.
Yeah.
This is still in Cali.
Riverside. So I Googled, Real Estate Investing Club in Riverside, California. And then I found a couple popped up. I saw it. I was like, okay, that's cool. And then it wasn't until like I was on the freeway or I got off the freeway, there was a bandit sign and it said real estate investors earn while you learn or something like that. Call this number. Called the number. It turned out it was the same number that was on the Google. It showed up on Google. So I was like, oh, okay, these guys are the guys then. And it was New Wealth Advisors Club. So it was actually Melina Boswell guys who I've kind of circled back and reconnected with after I left.
Explain what New Wealth Advisors do.
They do real estate investing, like education for real estate investors. So training.
So guys, what Corey's saying is he sought to find someone with knowledge that he wanted.
Yep.
Pretty easy, Corey, right?
Yeah.
Gotta go out there. If you want something, go find the guys that are doing it.
Yep.
Seen a number on the thing, called it, boom. So you meet them, Corey, right?
Yep. And then, I didn't actually, they were on stage. There was the whole crew. And then like Anthony and Tony were my mentors at the time. And they came up to me and they're just talking story with me. And I just told them who I was. I'm a student. Just wanted to see what this is about. And he said, okay, well, if you really want to learn about it, like, give me your card. We'll maybe call you. They're building a team at the time, a team of door knockers. I didn't know, but, I didn't have a card, so I wrote down a piece of paper and I just tore it out, handed it to him. And,
classic local boy. I don't know, but here.
At least I had a piece of paper,
Right.
Because like back then, you don't you're not operating like a high performer.
Right. You're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, you're just a normal guy, like sleepwalking through life.
Okay, so he gives you the number. You give him the number. Brother calls you and sets you up.
Yep.
Or
supposed to meet with him.
How that goes, bro?
Oh, I remember. Well, Tony, I've told this story before, but Tony called me the day we're supposed to meet, or the day before, and he goes, "Hey, man, just want to make sure I confirm we're gonna meet tomorrow." I was like, "Oh yeah." He said, "Okay, just one thing, and I just make sure you're not late. Anthony doesn't like when people are late." It's like, "No problem, bro. Be there early." Left, got there early. Mm-hmm. Was waiting around. Then it gets, it's like 5 after. Mm-hmm. I'm like, they're late, And then maybe like 7 after, then my phone rings. It's Tony, and Tony goes, "Hey man, where are you?" I was like, "Oh, I'm on Starbucks off La Sierra or something." Mm-hmm. Like that. He's like, "Which one?" I was like, "Oh, there's more than in California, bro. The streets go forever." Okay,
you went to the wrong one.
Bro, I went to the wrong one.
You went to the wrong. Bad luck already.
Oh, bro, bad start already. So I was like, "Oh shoot." Sorry. And so I packed myself, rushed down to the other one. Anthony and Tony were sitting outside, had a table, they were waiting already. I remember it was cold. It was freezing for some reason. And like the wind was blowing. So like, and it was like already the energy's bad because like I got so late.
Oh, the eyes are piercing.
Bro, yeah. So I sat down and Anthony's like, "Look, I was like, I'm so sorry." He's like, "Look, Tony told me that you're not from here. So that's the only reason why I'm still here." I was like, "Okay." And then he said, "So tell me why real estate?" Mm-hmm. And one is like, okay, I just got here. I'm fucking, I wasn't thinking right. And then 2 is I didn't know why I was there, bro. Wow. And like, wow. So he saw me struggling. That was the first time somebody was asked me what my why was, and I didn't know. So, I didn't want to tell him for some reason that I am here because I read a little purple book, and I went to that event.
Well, it sounds soft.
Well, I just, for some reason, I was ashamed of it, even though like it just shows you stick to the truth, because that would have helped me, because there is no shame in that.
It would have showed that you're freaking serious.
If anything, what I know today is that book has changed many lives.
Yep.
And that if I said that, he would have understood me, you know, like, okay, it probably changed his life too, you know? So he said, look, he wrote down on a piece of paper, tore it out, like kind of slid it across the table to me. He said, if you're here for any of these two reasons, then, you know, this conversation's over, and we'll part as friends, but we can't do business together. Mm-hmm. And the words were money and notoriety, or the fame, the notoriety you get,
right?
You know, chasing,
wow,
you know, real estate investing, I guess. So for the notoriety, I was like, well, I'm an introvert, I don't care about that, so that's no problem. You know, like, but the money, I was like, I'm kind of here to make money. Like, I can't say money. Like, maybe I am in the wrong place. Like, you know, and he said, look, go home, email me your why. Then I started to understand what he's asking me. He's like, what are you gonna do with the money? Mm-hmm. Like, why do you want money? Mm-hmm. Why do you want to make a lot of money?
Right.
And so emailed him my why. He got back to me, and we got to work. We door knocked for him for a year.
Wow.
In the depths of the recession, the Great Recession. Ooh. That is. So lessons learned, absolutely.
Well, I think what stands out to me just in the beginning is brother Anthony like almost interviewed you, brah, to make sure you were real.
Oh yeah,
you were a real cat, and you were gonna be about it, because most people would go home and be like, I don't even know this guy, I'm gonna go write this, I'm out, right? Or they might talk to a friend, and the friend might, you know, you might have called your friend, and your friend like, brah, he's probably gonna try to scam you, Corey. Yeah. You know, imagine if that took place, right? And
if I didn't call, it'd be no harm, no foul to him. Right. Life would move on.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like small glimpse of little things. Yeah. Turning to you having two offices, one here in Oahu and one in Las Vegas. Corey.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So then you did the most shittiest job in the world.
What?
Door knock.
Oh yeah.
You door knocked for this guy Anthony. Guys, if you guys have never door knocked, I've door knocked.
Oh yeah.
I've door knocked.
Yep.
I've door knocked. I've made hundreds of calls in a day. People's told me, hey, yeah, great, fuck off. I've gotten everything. Yep. So having that fear to even go and do that, you did it for a year, Corey.
Yeah.
And this is straight by the gate, knocking on the doors, right?
Oh yeah.
There's no hiding, bro.
No. I even to this day, like, I would look back and like, wow, I did that for the whole year. That's pretty good. I'm proud, and I learned so much lessons, but it'll test you, the door knocking, and because you have to go out there by yourself, like, and I wasn't prepared for that, like even though it's Southern California, okay, like it can get kind of cold, bro. It's desert in Riverside, you know, like, so it can get cold and it can get really hot. Yeah. One time I knocked at this one lady's door. It's kind of like my last door. And so I wasn't giving much effort to it anyways, but I knocked on her door. She opens the door. She looks at me. She's like, would you like to come in?
I was like, have been shivering, bro.
No, it was hot. She's like, I was like, no, thank you. And I started to go into it. She interrupted me again. She's like, do you want water? I was like, yes, please. And she came back with the water. And then we ended up sitting on her front porch. And she was like, you look so sun torn. Like, I was like, really? He's like, how long have you been out here for? I was like, since like 8 in the morning. So I was like, I was out there for like 3 hours, right? I was paying no mind. And like, only to that lady told me, and probably I was, because when she asked me, I was like, oh my God, actually water. Normally I'm the type of guy, I say no.
Yeah.
I refuse. Like, no, thank you. Yeah. Like,
I'm
that's
the same way.
Kind of Asian local style.
I'm the same way.
It's like, no, I don't want to be a burden. Yeah. You know, so like she asked me, normally I would say, no, thank you. But like, I was like, yeah, now. So, I mean, that's not even a story in my door knocking stories, but we'll say that for another one.
Cool. So Corey went out, found somebody that he could learn from. Probably did the shittiest job, and I bet you if you told anybody, I don't know, did you talk to your parents and said you were knocking doors?
No, I didn't tell them.
See, I bet you if you told someone.
I guarded my dreams. Like I wasn't really telling people about it because one, I didn't know if I was gonna make it at all, like do anything of it. So like I want to prove it to myself first, and then maybe I talk about it. But because I knew early on, because I've tried many businesses too, bro. Like I knew early on, it's like you gotta guard your dreams sometimes. Like just protect them, you know, because like no one's gonna believe in them more than you, and you sharing them too early or when you haven't earned the right to share it yet, can only perhaps bring you down, you know. So.
That's right, bro.
I love this.
So, dude, Corey, that's crazy. Went from door knocking. Let's progress, bro. Let's progress, okay? Fix and flips. Did that here in Hawaii. Did that in Seattle. Did that all over. Partnered with other people on deals.
Yep.
Right? To do that.
Yep.
And it came to a part to why Kécō Capital was born. So let's explain to our viewers what the business model is and what it is that we do, because sometimes when I talk about it, like it doesn't confuse me, but I could see how it can confuse a lot of other people, because they're like, wait, so I can't do it with you? And the real question to that is it depends, because you need to have an LLC, you need to have a business, right?
You mean like to invest or to private lend?
Private lending. Yeah, let's get into the private lending sector of things. First, tell us why you decided to go into the private lending business. What was that flip for you? Because you kind of mentioned it before when we were doing fix and flip.
Well, I started to realize that house flipping is a job. It's another job. It wasn't a business that I was building with, you know. It was a venture I was pursuing with other people, and truly I'm grateful for it. Learned so much lessons, and we still do it to this day. Like it's very lucrative.
So it doesn't mean that you're all of it by any means. It just means
yeah.
We're evolving.
Not at all.
We're evolving.
Yeah.
We're evolving. So I just want to be clear. Like Corey's not all of the business that he knows and does already. Yeah. Right. This is an adding on. Yeah. Really is what's happening.
Yeah, so like I just noticed that like if I like entrepreneurship. I like building something, you know, and like that with other people.
Right.
And so, and I also saw how much our lender was making on these deals, and I was like, damn, I want to be on the other side, you know. So, and I also knew that the ultimate form of passive income is lending. It's making money on your money. That's the ultimate form of passive income. If you own 1,000 doors, you got headaches. You know, even though you're a property manager, you got headaches, you got liability.
Sure.
When you lend, you're living off the interest. Yeah. So, I knew that lending in some fashion, I want to be on that side, whether it be in private equity or the private debt world. Chose the private debt world, and now we're here. So, but Kécō Capital. We're a private lending company, but it's what we do. But it's like what Go Giver says, it's what we do, but it's not who we are.
Yep.
Like our vision of the company is to build something comparable to what Elon Musk and Peter Thiel did at PayPal, which is the PayPal Mafia story. If you don't know, you can YouTube it. It's well documented by now.
Go check it out, guys.
Yeah,
I'll be real quick on this because I love it, Corey, and I've learned this from Corey. PayPal Mafia is made with 6 guys, maybe a little bit more than that. But anyway, what's happened is when they sold PayPal, you would think all these guys would go off and have yachts and just live life. Absolutely incorrect. These guys are innovators. They're part of some of the biggest companies to this day, and they keep innovating and keep evolving based upon what they've already learned because they've been there and done it, right?
Yep.
So
now they're at the highest power of government. Elon Musk, David Sachs, they're all part of the PayPal Mafia.
Guys, it's incredible, right? It's incredible, and that's why I say, why not us?
Yeah.
Why can't I be one local guy with roots from Hawaii, doing major moves, right?
Bro.
Doing big things, Corey. How come?
I don't know. I think it takes a small group to decide that they want to be great. And I think at some point for PayPal, whether it be from Peter Thiel's side or Elon Musk's side, because they merged, the greatness that came out of that company changed the world. Like we were living. I mean,
use it every day. I mean, that's the kind of
YouTube.
change.
YouTube, bro. This shit's going on YouTube, right? That was built by like the average engineers from PayPal. They sold it to Google for $1 billion, right? And now we use it every day. It's like the third or second largest website, most trafficked website in the world.
Daily, guys.
But not just YouTube. It's like LinkedIn, Founders Fund. I mean,
it goes on.
Palantirs, Peter Thiel. You look at Elon Musk and all his companies, bro. Like, and that those are the ones we just hear about.
Yeah.
You know,
it doesn't mean that there's some other ones that they funded that no one even knows about. They're just off the books.
Yeah.
You know.
So what happened there, right, in that company? Greatness was formed and developed. So we're taking that model and we're going to follow that model to wherever it'll take us, you know. But private lending is what we do right now. It's not who we are.
Let's give them a little bit more. What does private lending mean when we're using asset-backed private money lending, Corey? Because I wanted to just get a good understanding.
You know, so private lending could be, I mean, it could be pretty broad, right? Like you can private lend on a watch, you know. It's like, hey, I give you 50 grand, but you're giving me your AP as collateral. Mm-hmm. You know, you can pay me this much interest. That's private lending too, right? That's private debt world. It's very lucrative in that world. You can make a lot of money. People talk a lot about private equity. They don't talk a lot about private debt. But private equity, same thing, you know. And so private lending, though, in our space, used to be called hard money lending. But recently, like Kelly said, at the beginning, is I was, I've been honored and fortunate enough to be elected to sit on the advisory council of the National Private Lenders Association, and the reason why the association exists is to help pursue self-regulation of the private lending industry, which formerly known as hard money, rather than being regulated by the government. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to create the standard, unify, because our industry is very young. It was birthed out of the last Great Recession, which was right around 2012-ish, right when I was getting started, roughly. And so the goal was to change, the initiative was to change how we speak and call ourselves. Instead of calling ourselves hard money, which is associated with, loan sharking.
Predatory
lending. Yeah. Like, if we want more money, like institutional capital, the real deal money in our space, then we got to be the real deal. And we can't be associated with industries like hard money lending or loan sharking. So that's what the NPLA is for. That's why we call ourselves private money now, which is causing some confusion, but it is what it is. This is where we're going. Like, we have to, if we want to be taken seriously on the highest levels of, America's economy, which is the top of Wall Street.
And to put into context what NPLA and being elected there, I mean, you're amongst the largest companies, right, that do private money lending in the entire nation, Corey, right?
Yeah.
So this isn't the mom and pop. This isn't, the backyards. We're talking with guys that, I mean, they're lending out, I don't even know the number.
They probably control the majority of the money that's being lent in our space. That's how I would break it down.
Which is 100 million?
Oh, way more than that.
No, a month.
Between all of them? No.
More than that?
I know a couple companies that sit on the board right next to me,
right,
who are doing close to $1 billion a month. So $1 billion a month in loan originations,
loans, guys, in loans. So basically, what we do is we give a loan, right, and in return we get interest. So just imagine you loading out $1 billion and getting back. What would you say, Corey, would be appropriate off $1 billion?
I mean, $1
just
billion.
10%, 12%.
Well, if it's 12%, I can't even do that math. I'm not used to that many zeros.
That's so big, dude.
That's too big.
That's big.
Yeah.
100 million, you'd say? I don't know.
12%, that's 1% a month. So 1 billion is, it might be 100 million. Wait, 1% per month, or maybe, I don't know, bro.
Bro, that's too big.
I don't know.
Okay, anyway, it's huge, guys. It's huge. If we're to lend $100,000, you get back 12,000, right? You put more zeros on that, it gets big so fast.
I think it is 100 million.
It might be 100 million. It
I
might
don't
be
know.
100 million. But anyway, what I'm saying is it's massive. It's massive. So if you want to get in the fix and flip industry, if you need help getting in the fix and flip industry, I don't know, Corey, if we can, yeah. If you guys need help and you guys don't know where to start, right? And you guys want to be guided, right, by someone who's been there and done that, reach out to Corey Nemoto, reach out to Kécō Capital. We can help you guys.
We just talk story.
We can just talk story. I've brought
maybe
guys,
we record them.
Bro, that would be cool.
That'd be content.
That would be sick. But I've brought guys here, Corey, already. Right? We're just trying to help, though.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
for sure.
Brought a guy.
Right, we brought some great guys too. Like, they're gonna be on here.
Yeah,
Probably.
Absolutely. Guys, if you just got here at the house, you don't know what to do. Look, we're about it, guys. We are about it. Okay, we don't need to make money off everything we do, and that's what I've learned from Corey is, if we just be who we are, it's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen because it has to. We're here to help our local entrepreneurs get out of that rut, have a place to come. But more importantly, if you want to take action, give us a call. Let us know. And if I can't help you, I'll tell you guys. But I promise you, we got somebody we can point them to, Corey, right? Guarantee,
absolutely.
yeah?
Absolutely.
And I'll be fast. Like, oh, bro, I can't help you with that. There's been times I got guys in here, Corey, like, oh, I can't help you with that one, but here's this guy.
Yeah.
And that's what this whole podcast is about. That's what we do. That's what you do, Corey. That's why I want to bring guys on here that are real, that are true, that, are doing it, bro.
Yeah.
Been through the dungeons, been through it all, right? So Corey, I want to thank you for being on this podcast. Let's wrap this thing up.
Yep.
This is unfiltered, this is uncut, unedited. We're gonna blast this thing out. But before we go, Corey, I want this on record.
Okay.
It's 2025.
Okay.
What's the slogan for 2025?
The slogan for 2025.
The slogan for 2025. What's it?
Okay. I would like to think that this is a collective one, right, for amongst the team. But
absolutely.
2024 had its fair share of trials, curveballs thrown, all kind of challenges.
Plenty, bro.
But this year, 2025, like quarter century in, is our turn.
Our turn. I love that. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, bro, it's our turn. Okay, it's my turn, Corey's turn. It's your turn. Get out there, bro. Go do it. Hoya entrepreneurs, I've met so many people. A lot of it maybe didn't come into anything, but it doesn't matter, bro, because it's our turn. It's your turn right now. I want to just, if you can do two things, Corey, right here, okay? It's 2025. It's our turn. What is your goal? 2 goals. I want it to be here, so when we look back at 2026, we can be like, Corey, remember you said that, bro? Okay. We got to come back on here and see if we did it.
Well, I don't want to share the volume that I have, like we have for us.
That's fine.
Like,
that's
fine. It's a big. We're going shopping at the end of the year. Okay, and when I say shopping, I mean assets. We're buying assets, good debt. We're gonna start stacking the asset column for all of, not just the company, but us individually too, and in emerging markets, right? So when we say that we fund for investors, by investors, because we are investors. Like we are investors. Like I'm flying to Bella Vista next week to go look at property, build the power team, and to keep buying. Keep serving their community too, which will be our community as well, because we don't come in just to make money and leave. Like we come in to be a part of the community and truly invest. And so we're going to build portfolios out there, and whoever from the company too, by the time this time or winter comes or holiday comes for next year, all of you guys should have that piggy bank, because this is our vehicle, and we're going to crush it this year. This year's our turn. And for Hoya entrepreneurs, this show, I feel the problem with entrepreneurship and like where we can help is the vehicle. They don't understand that you need a vehicle. If you don't have one, you need to find one, or you need to develop it.
Yeah.
Right. And work on it. And that's how you get out. That's the first step. You got to find out what is going to get you to a point that you can invest, That's the vehicle, and we're working through that this year too. And we got big goals, big dreams. So like we're gonna be riding this vehicle for a while, building that piggy bank until we get there, you know. So that's okay.
Love it, Corey, bro. I hope you guys got some value. If you guys didn't get value on this, bro, you guys gotta listen to this shit again, because this was good. This was good stuff. All right, Corey, anything else you want to drop on these guys, or are we good, brother?
I just wish a happy new year to everybody, and just hopefully, you know, this podcast and following Kelly and Darren and Hoy entrepreneurs, because I know entrepreneurship has a lot of power to change you in all the best ways. And if you're already searching for entrepreneurship, then I think this is where you need to be. So I wish everybody a happy 2025, and let's go get it.
Let's get it. Thank you so much, brother Corey, for coming through. I really appreciate it. You've been a mentor to me for a while too as well. And now that I get to work side by side, it's fucking crazy, man. So thank you so much. Everybody else, if you guys haven't, you guys need to subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. We're here. This is going to be dropping. We're going to drop we're going to be dropping interviews like this every Sunday. So make sure you're there. Tune in. Love for you guys to share it. Let me know if you guys love this thing. Let me know if you guys hate it too. I want to know if you guys hate it. We need some haters here. But nonetheless, guys, thank you so much coming out. Hoy Entrepreneurs. Kitty here from Hoy Entrepreneurs. Brother Corey, Kécō Capital. We'll see you guys soon. Aloha.